The Panthers are in full swing as they prepare to take on the Atlanta Falcons here in Charlotte Bank of America Stadium for the second time this season. Hi, I'm Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe. Reminding you all, I work for you. If there's questions that you have about this team, about these coaches, please let me know and I will do my best to get answers for you and present them to you in another video. Let's go ahead and start with the injury report this week. Sorry, I did not write it down, so I'm going to have to cheat for a second. We have a lot of did not practices this week. 3 of them to be exact. Defensive tackle Daquan Jones, but his did not practice was not injury related. And then we have guard Michael Jordan due to his hamstring, and then guard John Miller due to his ankle. And then we also have a few transactions that have taken place recently that I want to get you all caught up to date with. We've activated defensive end Daryl Johnson from injured reserve. Now, all these did not happen today. Today it's Wednesday. These would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I didn't update you all earlier this week, so I wanted to get that full list to you right now. We also have added a few transactions on the practice squad. I'm sorry, we've had a few transactions on the practice squad. One of those being adding running back Jack Patrick. I cannot say that name at all, sorry. And then we released wide receiver Matt Cole off the practice squad. And then earlier this week as well, designated tackle Cam Irving to return from IR, meaning he has 21 days to do so. We have a new offensive coordinator, and today at the press conference, Matt RHULE talked about the kind of defense that he'll be up against in the Atlanta Falcons.
To me, it all starts with Grady Jarrett. He's one of the best players in the National Football League, complete and total dominance at the 3 technique position. Obviously, Fowler's back for them. He's, basically their whole front. I like they play with an aggressiveness, and we faced them the first time. They were a cover 2 base team, mixed in a little bit of 1 high. They're playing more man now. They're pressuring. They drafted Terrell last year at a high, early in the draft, so they're trusting those guys to play. So aggressive front, linebackers who can run, that can cover, and a lot of different looks. Man zone. So they've evolved since we played them the first time, so it'll be a challenge for Jeff, the staff, for Cam, for the offense to see, hey, here's how they're going to play us, and make sure that we're in the right place.
So the Carolina Panthers are coming off of their bye week, a bye week that is very late in the season. Coach RHULE said he did get a chance to talk to players, and no doubt their bodies feel much better after having that week off. And point out an interesting fact that I did not know about, and I really want to share with you all, which is, did you know Taylor Moton and Jeremy Chin, they have played snap count-wise the equivalent of 3 more games than the other players have. And, we have a 17-week season this year. So I'm sure they're going to be mindful of keeping the guys' reps down in practice and giving them the adequate time that they need to make sure that they're still fresh each and every Sunday. We had some officials at practice today, which is something that has not happened since the beginning of training camp, really. When asked about the reason for having those officials in practice, Coach RHULE said, hey, he's still trying to figure out ways to get those guys to reduce their penalties. Said, when we had those officials in the mini camps, we didn't really have that many penalties, and it's kind of trickled up as the season has progressed. So he figured he'd try that, having some officials out there to keep those guys aware of what they're doing and try to reduce some things. So we'll see this Sunday if that trick will work or not. Will P.J. Walker play this Sunday? Still doesn't. Coach RHULE isn't ready to say whether that's going to happen, but he did say that that's part of the plan. So if the game dictates that, hey, it's time to put that plan, that wrinkle that we practice in there, then they're ready to do that with P.J. Walker. And also emphasize that Stephon Gilmore should continue to play more, but doesn't see him ready to play a full game yet, but certainly sees him continue to progress and contributing to this Carolina Panthers team. Now, there's a question about, let me go to Brady Christensen, who had a chance to tell you today to talk about his experience of playing both guard and tackle.
Just from an outside perspective, if you look at it, tackle, you have more space. So you're out there more, you have a little more time for everything. So you got to be real balanced, real good with your eyes. And guard, it happens quicker. And so everything happens a little bit quicker. So you even got to be better with your eyes at guard than you are at tackle. Your landmarks maybe have to be a little bit tighter. There's just a lot of little things that change. But as far as the techniques go, there's a lot of carryover with the techniques.
Now, Jeff Nixon, new offensive coordinator, so everybody wants to know, what is he going to do? What is it going to look like? And we haven't had a chance to ask him those questions yet. We'll get a chance to meet with him tomorrow, so look for another video updating you about the Jeff Nixon press conference. But what we did have a chance to do was ask players what has their experience been like so far with Jeff Nixon as the offensive coordinator.
Great guy, for one. You know, he's always going to look out for his guys. Very cerebral, understands the game, the ins and outs, knows where everyone's supposed to be. So he coaches from an understanding standpoint as opposed to just like do your job, which I think is good for a lot of young players. Yeah, I mean, understanding defensive structure, knowing what to expect if we have a certain scheme called, knowing what schemes the defense may, draw up to defeat that and how you can counteract. And he's always one step ahead, and I appreciate that.
Coach, he's a real genuine guy, honestly. He's a really good guy, and, obviously Baylor and stuff, so we're familiar with each other, but just a really good guy. And, the thing is with football, like, you can have great coaches, great minds, smart, but, like, it's hard to, really have, like, a good coach that cares for you and genuine. I really think he's that, so.
He's an awesome coach. Really demands great technique out of you. I mean, even today, like I was hearing with everyone, like up front, he was, hey, O-line, like be great with your hands or dominate with your hands. So he's really getting on us about our technique. And in the run game, being physical, that's what we want to be up front is a physical O-line. And he expects that out of us, and that's what we want to give him.
So you heard from quite a few guys, and what my takeaway is, Jeff Nixon is one smart guy. And, for me, I feel like, well, maybe it's over as far as in terms of having that challenge where we come out of a half and we're flat, we don't get any points in the third quarter. If this guy is that smart, then we should see some definite change, at least some definite change in attempts in what we are trying to do to put some points on the board. So I'm definitely looking forward to the game this Sunday. That'll conclude the report for today. And ask that if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Help me grow to 5,000 subscribers. The bigger I grow, the more information that I can provide to you guys and the more interviews, which I love to do, will be coming forward to you. I'm Chris Jenkins reporting from Bank of America Stadium.